All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Everyman crossword. Usually easier than the daily. Let's give it a go. Micro-paleontologists hiding a gemstone. Well, I think this is a very easy start. Hiding. It's a hidden clue. Within micro-paleontologist, we have opal. All right, so we got starters for 1 and 2 down. Duck, swans, and egret. Cold, not good. And everyone knows it. Well, I presume everyone knows it is the definition. And all these birds provide the wordplay. Well, I suppose something that everyone knows would be an open secret. O is a duck. Just because 0 written down is sometimes referred to as duck. Hens are female swans, right? Cobs are the male. And then we have ECRET, which is egret with the G for good replaced by C for cold. Ooh, and that gives us some nice starters as well. But let's try teetotalers ordering teas in bars. Oh, that is a lovely clue, isn't it? I mean, it just reads so simply and makes sense. But I think we're going to have to reorder our anagram teas in bars. We have the A. I'm thinking we have abstainers. Yep, there we go. All right, I'll try 3 across. Stem winder repaired in Central America. Well, stem winder is 10 letters, so is that repaired or anagrammed to give us, what is that? Central America. Oh, I should definitely, there aren't too many countries in Central America. We have West something. Oh, why am I not seeing that? No, I'm going to have to come back to it. Few assets periodically offering direction. All right, well, I think with the letters we have, it's obviously east for the direction, and it's every second letter of few assets. British geniuses, drunk natural gin. Again, 10 letters, and I think drunk can be telling us to anagram natural gin. And we get Alan Turing, who I think is on a British banknote now. All right, a friend of Oliver, King, has nickel iron tool. I'm reading that as a friend of Oliver, so probably from Oliver Twist. And then King has. King can be K or R. Has nickel iron. Oh, what are the. Well, iron is Fe. What's nickel? Ni? Yeah, I think from the nickel cadmium batteries we see Ni, I think. So is it a tool? 7-5? Oh, or is it? Maybe it is a friend of Oliver in the book. The Artful Dodger. Oh, what is the Truly Scrumptious from the musical, right? I think I'm going to pause and look up Oliver Twist and see who the main characters are. No, I'm not seeing any of the characters who might lend themselves to this wordplay. So maybe it isn't Oliver Twist. Jack Dawkins was the Artful Dodger. Nancy was the young woman I was trying to think of. Of course, Fagin, Bill Sykes. Oh, Stan, of course. Ah, it's the other famous Oliver. Uh, oh, is it a Stanley knife? I kind of like that. Ah, yeah, because it ends in N-I-F-E. So I think friend of Oliver is Stanley. King is K, and then our nickel iron. There we go. What William came to do with horse chestnut, you say? Oh, well, I always loved as a boy playing conkers with my friends, getting a horse chestnut and drilling a hole through it and putting it on a shoelace. But William came to conquer, of course. Let's go back to the Downs. Every man competes with in final stages. Prize winner in BBC shows. Oh, well, every man is I. I'm thinking it's the I player. I probably need to get a VPN so I can make use of the iPlayer. Competes. I think every man competes as I play, and then the final stages of the final letters of prize winner gives us the final ER. What implement niftily gyrates, nearing ultimate tightness primarily? All right, this is the signature everyman clue where we take the first letters of certain words. But I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, so wing nut. Ah, yes. Funnily enough, I just had a wing nut yesterday that's holding my blinds up, and the wings broke off it as I tried to tighten it back. Anyway, so I need to get a new wing nut. Here's our stem winder. Yeah, it definitely looks like Central. Of course, I was thinking of Central America, but I think the question mark is telling us that it's actually in the center of North America, which would be Midwestern, I think, is an anagram of stem winder. All right. Dealt a bad hand, left this mortal coil. So the phrase is usually shuffled off this mortal coil. So I think that's fairly straightforward. Dealt is shuffled. And yeah, I think if maybe humorously you might say I was shuffled off, or the shuffle was off. I'm not exactly sure how every man intends that to be read, but something like that. All right, in uprising B, malevolent. Well, malevolent must be evil, which is live backwards. So live or to be is uprising. All right, badgers and horses. Well, as a verb, if you badger someone, you nag them. And as a noun, horses can be called nags. Relaxes, taking in clubs, perhaps in informal attire. I'm thinking the first word is going to be lounge. So something like lounge wear, lounge something. But relaxes then, taking in clubs is usually C. Yeah, it's lounge something with a C, and I think it must end in an S. Relaxes, I think, is going to be lounges. Taking in clubs, perhaps. clubs are an example of a suit, so lounge suits. I'm not sure if that's still a thing or if it's a little bit of nostalgia at this point. Anyway, pieces of doom-laden rag edited in a fury. So we have another hidden clue. And starting with the en at the end of doom-laden, we have enraged. All right, I skipped over hamper with feathers from Siam, we're told. The definition is hamper, and it sounds like feathers from Siam, which would be tie down. All right. Monster in a fairy tale. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Don't get it. Office allies differing in everyday scene. I'm going to pause, sip my coffee, and think about that. So it must be an anagram of office allies, which is 12 letters, and an everyday scene. You often hear this said about films, that it's a slice of life. All right, Bouncer R10. Well, 10 is Alan Turing at Northern Ireland's dance. Ooh. Now, I'm thinking it's not going to be a reference to Alan Turing. I think it's going to be X probably for 10. I think it's going to, well, no, dance might be an anagram indicator with maybe Ulster plus X, and it's going to mean a bouncer. I don't know another term for a bouncer though. Yeah, don't see it. That man's going to somewhere very hot. Okay, I think if you say that man's going to, that could be the same as he will or he'll, but without the apostrophe, it is hell, somewhere very hot. All right, praise remark describing snarled lip. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not saying, is it going to be praise? Or could it mean describing a snarled lip? Something like supercilious? Well, that's to do with the eyebrow. I'm not sure. Son enrolled uncertainly, having invested £1,000 and explored underwater. I'm thinking it's going to be explored underwater. But what's that going to begin with? Yeah, Son is usually S, maybe, and enrolled with an anagram. Let's see, enrolled is 8 letters plus the S is 9, and then you have to put in probably a G, and it's going to mean explored underwater. I'm thinking it's going to end in ED. Yeah, let me pause and scribble on a piece of paper. The 1,000 isn't a G in this case, it's K. And I should have thought immediately if you looked underwater. Oops, so let me go back and try that again. You snorkeled. All right. Now our monster in a fairy tale. Ah. Yeah, still don't see it. Let's see. What a very young footballer might do repeatedly. I think this is just a little cryptic punning definition dribble. If you're very young, you might do that. Let's see. Our bouncer is now something B. Could it be a dance? Something ball? Northern Ireland's. Oh, bouncer maybe is some kind of like a rubber ball or a. Oh, a tennis ball. 10 is literally 10. N-I's ball. There we go. And a tennis ball is a bouncer. The Wimbledon men's final is on as I'm recording this. Upset curses celebrity. Well, I'm thinking a celebrity is a star, and backwards are upset. It's rats. That's a little loose, I think. Let's see if this R is right. Checked in to hotel and did sink in. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's going to be sink in. I'm thinking in the sense of realize something. Checked into hotel and did. No, I don't see it. Here's a straightforward one. Poles, uniform, grand, and tight-fitting. Well, we have the North and South Pole, but SN. Uniform is the NATO phonetic alphabet letter, right, for U. Grand here is G, okay, and that gives us snug. Of course, if you checked into a hotel, so it's a double definition. You registered. I wonder if people still say that. It seems like something I would read in old books. But if something sunk in, it registered with you. BMX trick from Jonathan Ross, honestly. Oh, well. So I think I learned from David Webb's recent video that the Times crossword will now refer to living people, whereas before it never would. But I don't think the Guardian had that rule ever, or certainly not as long as I've been looking at this. Jonathan Ross is known for his lisp. So if he was saying really, it would sound like wheelie, which sounds like a BMX trick you would do on your bike, a wheelie. All right, so now our monster in a fairy tale. Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's a charade but a word for monster and a word for fairy. That's going to mean a tale. No, I'm not saying that. How about bolt, horse? I think this is a stud. Double definition. Now our praise remark describing snarled lip. Oh, praise could be compliment. Yes, so a remark is a comment, and that describes or goes around, in crossword speak, an anagram of lip. So snarl lip is just PLI. Oh, Yeah, so monster in the sense of being very large could be a whopper, but that can also be a tall tale you tell, a fairy tale. All right, well, there is no check button for the Everyman crossword, but I think I'm fairly confident barring any typos. Anyway, so fairly quick this week. I did enjoy that. Thanks as always for watching and have a great day.